What if you could have the perfect night at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party? A night where you hit every must-do, minus the fear of missing out. That's exactly what this guide is for. This isn't just a guide, this is your master plan to conquering Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party 2025. So before you even get to the park, do your research at what's going on at the party this year. Think rides, characters, shows and snacks. Decide on your must-dos, your if we have times, and your meh, probably not for me's. Once you have that confirmed, you're already one step ahead. The biggest mistake that you can make after not planning ahead is thinking that the party starts at 7 p.m. Your ticket gets you entry into Magic Kingdom from as early as 4 p.m. and using this 3-hour mix-in window is the key to success. Plan to be at the park entrance by no later than around 3:30 p.m, as lines will already be starting to form. Unless of course you are a resort guest or a day guest from Magic Kingdom, in which case we'd recommend making sure that you are back in the park by around 3 or 3:15 p.m. Once you tap in, head and collect your party wristband. Once you've got that, your night has officially begun. The mission for these first 3 hours is to tackle 3 critical goals: meeting the most popular characters, knocking out a high-demand ride, and getting a meal out of the way. First, characters. The lines for Jack Skellington and Sally can easily eat up 2 to 3 hours of your party. Waiting for them at 7 p.m. is a strategic nightmare. Instead, get in line for them at Town Square Theatre as soon as you arrive. New for 2025, Mickey and Minnie will be meeting guests in their Halloween costumes in the same location as well, which is a huge deal for the party. If these characters are on your list of priorities, then head straight there at 4 p.m. Yes, the lines will be long, but it's an investment that I can guarantee will pay off later. Second, use this time for a big ticket attraction, but maybe not one with a Halloween layover. As 7 p.m. draws closer, day guests will start to leave, which will cause a natural dip in wait times for some headliners like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Tron Light Cycle Run and Pirates of the Caribbean. Riding one of these now means that you don't waste precious party time on an attraction that's available any other day. Finally, eat a full meal now. Don't waste an hour of party time sitting down for a meal later. Use mobile order to pick up something from a quick service spot, or maybe book an early dinner reservation. This frees you up to focus on grab and go exclusive party snacks later in the evening, which is far more efficient. So let's recap the pre-party plan. Arrive by 3:30 p.m, get your wristband, and before 7 p.m, ride one major attraction, meet a headlining character, and have an early dinner. Do these 3 things and you'll walk into the party already ahead of the game. At 7 p.m, the party officially begins. While most people will be running to the first parade or camping out in front of the castle, this timeline is going to nail the must-do entertainment while weaving in everything else along the way. The first 90 minutes of the party are your golden hour for attractions, especially any of those with a Halloween overlay. Head to Tomorrowland to ride Space Mountain in the pitch darkness, or maybe they'll have the work lights on again this year, who knows. Then visit the Mad Tea Party for a spooky makeover with special lighting and fog. The Haunted Mansion is also a Halloween must-do, and now and again will feature live ghoulish actors in the queue line as well. This is also the perfect time to meet some of those party exclusive characters like Winnie the Pooh and Friends, Stitch, and whoever may be meeting at Pete's Silly Sideshow. All of these will often have cute costumes that are exclusive to the party. Now, because many guests are focused on the first parade or the first Hocus Pocus show, ride and character lines across the park are likely to be the lowest that they will be all night. Now, the first Mickey's Boo to You parade is typically at around 8:15 p.m, but here's the thing, we're going to skip it. Now, that may sound crazy, but the first parade is typically the most crowded. By skipping it, we're freeing up a huge chunk of time while thousands of other guests are stuck in the parade route. This is also the prime time to hit up any other characters that may be on your list, as lines will see a nice dip. It's also the perfect window to start trick-or-treating. Don't waste time on this earlier in the night, wait until now for shorter lines and more generous handfuls of candy, because who doesn't want that? Disney provides free treat bags, and for any guests that suffer with food allergies, they can also collect a teal coloured bag to collect tokens in exchange for safe treats. This is also your strategic snacking window. Use mobile order to grab party exclusive treats while other people are watching the parade. At around 10 p.m, you're going to want to think about grabbing a spot for the not so spooky spectacular. This fireworks show, hosted by a massive Jack Skellington puppet, features fireworks, projections over Cinderella Castle, lasers, and incredible music. The best viewing spot is going to depend on your priorities. If you really want a good view of that Jack Skellington puppet, your best bet is going to be right at the front of the hub, as close to the castle as you can get. Now, for this, you're going to want to arrive at least 45 minutes early. It is very popular and you're going to want to get as close to that puppet as you can. If you're not too bothered about the perfect view of the Jack Skellington puppet, then a little further back is probably going to be your best bet. Somewhere around sort of Casey's in the middle of the hub there, but towards the back of the hub. And you can probably afford to arrive around 20 minutes before the show starts. Okay, this last hour is where this strategy pays off. As soon as the fireworks end, many families will head to the exit. This is your time to shine, and you may even be able to squeeze in a few more trick-or-treat runs. At 11:15 p.m, the second Mickey's Boo to You parade kicks off. This is the one you've been waiting for. Our favourite place to watch parades is on Main Street, USA, and that goes for this parade as well. We absolutely love it. But if you do prefer Frontierland or maybe Liberty Square, or you're somebody who's maybe looking for somewhere less crowded, this may be a better option for you. Anywhere you decide, you'll get a great view of the parade. This parade is led by the famous Headless Horseman and features Disney villains, your favourite characters, and of course, those iconic spark-throwing gravediggers. Right after the parade, head back down towards the castle for the final showing of the Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular. This one's typically at midnight. The last show is by far the easiest one to get a good view for. Now, we absolutely loved this show when we saw it for the first time last year, and it felt like the perfect way to end an amazing party. After the show, the party is technically over, but a lot of the Main Street USA stores will stay open for a little bit longer. Now, this is a great time to grab any souvenirs that you may want to pick up, or any party exclusive merch that you won't be able to find anywhere else. The beauty of this plan is how it builds in time for the extras. Your number one character meet should happen somewhere between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. For any others, the best time is probably going to be during that first parade, somewhere between 8:15 and 9 p.m. Use trick-or-treating as an activity of opportunity. Don't go from trail to trail at the start of the event. Instead, pop in any that you pass as you're sticking to your main schedule. Lines are almost shorter later on, especially during that first parade and fireworks. Plus, you don't want to be lugging around a full bag of candy from 7 p.m. until midnight. Believe us when we say those bags get heavier than you think. Party exclusive food should be woven in seamlessly using mobile order on the My Disney Experience app. The perfect time to do this would be while waiting for characters or while walking between lands. Place that order for that funnel cake or that Witch's cold brew coffee and skip the line, grab your food and go. You'll also find dance parties like the Disney Junior Jam or the Zombeats Bash, which is new for 2025 and inspired by the Zombies movies. These are located in different areas of the park, so it's always worth checking your party guide to find out where these are. These are also great for families, but they can be skipped if you're more focused on the main events. So you've got your master plan. Now for the final touches. First, costumes. Florida in the autumn is still incredibly hot and humid. You're going to want to opt for lightweight fabrics and make sure that you do stick to Disney's rules. For guests 14 and up, costumes must not be obstructive, they cannot contain a full face mask, and capes must not go below the waist. Comfort is key. We had some amazing ideas last year, but they just would have been too hot. In the end, we ended up going as pirates and we had an absolute blast. If you are considering dressing up and maybe feeling a little bit unsure, we would definitely say go for it. Second, be ready for rain. Pack a lightweight poncho or one of those emergency ponchos in your bag just in case. Bad weather or rain can delay or cancel parades and fireworks, so it's always worth bearing that in mind and making sure that you go with the right mindset and the flexibility to be able to change your plans if need be. Third, maximize your photos. This party has exclusive PhotoPass magic shots, where photographers can digitally add in spooky characters into your photos. Don't be afraid to ask a PhotoPass photographer what magic shots are available. Fourth, navigate crowds like a pro. Move against the flow. When the parade ends on Main Street, use the side street. When the fireworks are over, wait 5 minutes for everybody else to move before you make your move. And a final tip, tickets for this event do sell out, sometimes months in advance. As soon as you know your dates, book your tickets. Halloween night and the first party of the season are always incredibly popular. If you found this guide helpful, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We post deep dive planning and tips videos like this all the time. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderfully wicked time at the party, and maybe we'll see you there.